Bowhunt or die, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bowhunt or Die. Listen, one of the number one reasons people like tuning into our show is we're able to keep you up to date with what's going on. And Justin, other than the fact that we're going to be staying with each other and hunting nearby each other, we got one of the best weather patterns I've ever seen for this early in the season.
So you're saying that's the worst part of the weekend? Is that
What, staying with you?
Hanging out together?
Maybe.
All right, fair enough. Well, guys, as Todd said, it's the middle of October. We just had a cold front push through. It looks like temperatures the next couple of nights are going to possibly be down below freezing, which is 20, 30 degrees below what they've been for the last couple of days. So cold front, we got high pressure on the backside of that coming in. Moon phase is good if you guys believe in that type of thing. I mean, everything's really coming together to hopefully start getting some of these bigger bucks on their feet during daylight this coming weekend.
The real question though, Justin, is where do you hunt? What's your pick? What would you do? What are you going for?
Same as always, man. Bedding areas in the morning and food sources in the afternoons. I still think afternoon hunts are going to be better than your morning sits. But if you got an area that you're willing to risk, chancing it, that you think a buck is bedding in, I think if you can sneak in there early on the right wind, you may be able to catch him staying out a little bit later than he's been staying out with these cold temperatures.
And that's great advice. I mean, and the other thing too is if you're lucky enough to have any intel on any kind of scrape patterns, I'll tell you what, this early season, I mean, it's still early. I mean, yes, the cold weather's changing. It's enough to get excited about. But I'll tell you what, if you got a couple scrapes in a row that is a nice line, it's a good time to do that because they're going to be hitting those as well this early season. Yeah,
definitely. So. Scrape hunting is going to be really at its peak, I'd say, over the next 10 days or so. Yes. So with the looking forward stuff kind of out of the way right now, Todd, first hunt we're going to jump into is you. You've been having a lot of really great hunts lately.
You know what?
Just no bucks.
It's okay. Enough. That's all right. They come. It's fine. But you know what? This year has been an awesome year for seeing deer. I don't know what's going on this year, but it's a great year. So let's take a look. Well, this is exactly what I've been waiting for. Southwest wind to hunt this piece of property. I got a nice buck that I've been chasing in here. Honestly, not even sure where he came from. He's kind of new to the area, so I am going to decide what stand I'm going to hunt as I'm getting back here today. It's a lot warmer than I expected it to be, but we do got this cold system coming in here, so here goes, guys. I'm going to slip in here as quietly as I can. Got to check a few cards along the way to make a decision. And I'm hoping it's not going to rain, but since I brought a computer, it's going to rain, I have a feeling. Something was chasing those deer. I don't know what. I mean, they came running down here. Right into the food plot. Right underneath me and then back out. I don't think they scented me. I just don't know what was going on. I was just practicing going in a full draw just to make sure I'm ready. to shoot that coyote, but it was just too far. I'm not even set up yet. I'm trying to get ready. That's why those doe came running through here. They were breathing pretty heavy too. I wanted to shoot those coyotes. What more can I say? The deer are up on their feet. They were up on their feet early. I'm hoping my big boy comes from down below. It gives me the best percentage of shot opportunity and basically being able to get ready. But so far, he's the first buck I saw came from the top, so we'll have to see what happens. Rewarding to see the deer use the habitat that you plant. I mean, he went right back into his bedding area there. Got a perfect wind for this set. First time in. We've had a lot of encounters up here. We've seen some nice bucks. One buck that went missing on us, his name was Impaler, just a big buck. We'll see what happened to him. Maybe he's still around, maybe he's not, you just never know. Baconator, still missing in action. STD, he's a shaker and a mover. I mean, he's everywhere. I'm gonna make a quick adjustment here. Next time you see me, my bow is gonna be in my hand, and I'm gonna be ready to go. The wind is just perfect for this set. The sun is finally going down. Starting to put a shade on the food plot, which is usually when they start showing up. Most importantly, the wind is doing exactly what I want it to do. really hoping this was gonna pan out tonight, but no go. The wind was northwest. It's supposed to be right across my face. Going this way, but it's swirling right here. Pushing my scent back down that draw over there. And about 5 deer came out of there and they just knew. Per my trail cameras, the buck that I've been chasing has been showing up here in this field. Over the last 10 days, he's been here 5 to 6 times. I kind of screwed that up. I even had the right wind to hunt. The stand was over there, but I moved it over here the other day. I may have been a little risky this early in the year, but I mean, the activity is right here. I mean, I am right on top of the activity. Big scrape in front of me. I can't shoot the scrape, unfortunately. I really need to come on up. There was just no way to pull it off. I got a lane right here. I'm high up in this tree. I mean, I'm literally 40 foot up in this tree, but it's the only spot that I could get to be able to shoot the main trail on my left, right in front of me, and this food plot. All the other trees on the other side were dead.
So Todd, it looks like you're becoming one of those guys that only hunts food plots now. Is that what you're doing?
Oh, that was a blow. That was a complete blow right there. I'm going to tell you right now. And
Every hunt, you're sitting over a food plot.
that is not true. I shot my doe over acorns this year. Was nowhere near a food plot.
That's only because you didn't have food plots.
That's
in
not true.
Wisconsin.
That's not true. There's beans in the front. There's corn in the front. Those are planted just for
Okay.
deer.
It's okay, buddy.
That's not true.
Todd can't
And I
kill
just
deer when they're
recently
not in
shot a
food plots.
doe for next week, and that wasn't on a food plot either. So, that was a blow right there, guys. So here we go. You know what? We'll see. We're going to see how this all shakes out in the end. He may be ahead of me right now with a couple deer on the ground, but just give it another week. We'll see what happens.
All right, we will see what happens.
Plots
So.
only. That hurt.
Next up, guys, we're going to join Tom Alford, actually here in suburbs of Chicagoland, opening weekend of Illinois archery season. Let's take a look.
All right, well, October 1st hunt was awesome. It felt good to get back in the tree. My first night I ended up going over to the new spot where I've got just some of the biggest bucks I've ever hunted in my entire life. One of them is an absolute giant mainframe 10-pointer with some junk. He's got actually 15 scoreable points. And then as I was walking out, I pulled one of my trail cameras, and I have another big buck. He's got matching flyers on both his G2s. So this place just keeps getting better and better. There's also quite a few does in there. So I can't wait to get back in. If I do have the opportunity to shoot a doe, I'm probably going to do it. And I just found out that Justin's going to be able to film on Sunday. So we're going to go back in. We're going to go after some of the big bucks and have a good time and hopefully release an arrow.
All right, we just got into the stand. We hung another set for Justin to run the camera. We're all set. Wind is perfect. Temperatures are cool. We got a north-northeast, so we're kind of waiting for anything to come down off this bedding area here and work its way to the corn or winter wheat. Bow or die, baby. That's actually the doe I wanted to shoot, though. She's got 2 buttonbuck fawns. I've always been told if you have a doe with 2 buttonbuck fawns, she's gonna end up running those buttonbucks out of the property, so they don't eventually try to breed her. But we're gonna let her lay, let her go, and we're gonna keep hunting for a buck. That's the plan anyway. Bow or die, baby. awesome night. We were able to shoot a nice doe. This specific doe that I wanted to shoot, the one with the two fawn button bucks. We just had a really nice 2-year-old come out. Did everything perfect. Could have got him here at like 12 yards. But, and not only that, we saw 3 other adult does. One was like the largest doe I've ever seen. She had to have been pushing, I don't know, a lot. But, awesome, awesome. Maybe time to turn that red light off. There's my arrow. Right here. Hold on, don't touch it yet. Oh yeah, baby. They're stuck in the ground. Wow, that's a pretty sight. That is a beautiful sight. Well, we got a lot of blood on impact, so I don't think this is gonna take too long. She should be right here.
All right, well, you know what? It was talk about an awesome night. I want to thank Justin for being able to come on out and film tonight. But we didn't really have a plan. We just wanted to kind of go out and hunt together, have a little bit of fun. And this doe was actually one of the does that was on my hit list. She came in the other night with 2 button buck fawns. And you know, I said if I had a chance, I'd love to take her. And she came through, gave me a perfect 12-yard shot, put it right on her, and took off and expired pretty quickly. And then we just elected to let her sit until dark because we still had 2 hours of hunting light. Well, about an hour and a half of hunting light left. And then we had a really nice 8-pointer come in, a 2-year-old deer that I've got a lot of pictures cruising through this place, velvet and hardhorn. But it definitely wasn't a deer that I wanted to shoot, so we let him go. But got some meat in the freezer, super excited, and bow hunt or die, 2015.
Ah, my favorite part. I think it's always fun sitting behind here and being able to talk about
critique
the different
everyone else's hunts.
I mean, I love it. You know, I love it. A hit list for doe. That's something new, guys. Right? I mean, you may be making fun of me for my trophy doe, which I think is fine. I mean, shooting a big trophy doe is cool, but a hit list for doe, that's something new.
I made mention to that after Tommy filmed that interview. I was like, since when do we have hit list does? But I think the funny thing with Tommy is sometimes he's one of those guys where that red light, as we saw in the thing, it comes on the camera and he just, I don't know, sometimes he says things I don't even think he knows what he's saying, because hit list doe is a new one for me.
I'll tell you what, though, too. One of the fun things about getting this footage, I love seeing inside everyone's little secret man caves and stuff. Man, he's got all kinds of stuff in his. I don't know where is that? Where is
his
that?
Garage and
his
then
garage?
his truck. Yeah. He's got the back of his truck all decked out with all of his gear, so it's easy to access when it's time to get out
But
there.
my favorite part of all, of course, these two jokers are hunting together, filming, and it's the red light on the camera scared the buck. That is ridiculous. That is not what scared them.
I didn't say that. That was Alford,
It
by
had
the
nothing
way.
to
I was
do
just
with
the
that
camera
red light.
guy.
I don't even have my red lights hidden. That's ridiculous.
Well, it would have helped if we were higher than about 12 feet off the ground in a little teeny skinny tree. I'm sure he saw the 2 grown men in the tree before he saw the actual red light. But Todd, it was a cool hunt. Good way to start off the season. As you guys saw, Tommy's got some giant deer that he's chasing over there, and this is a new farm that he just picked up for this year in the suburbs, close to home. It's a good little spot. It's going to be a tricky place to hunt. It's small. Sometimes you want to just rush right in there.
I might just give them their address too. Tommy's going to love me for this. No.
Well, what I was saying, Todd, before you so rudely interrupted me,
nice.
was, on these small pieces of property, you got a couple big shooter bucks in there. You want to just rush in and hunt, and try to kill one right away. But it's easy to pressure those little small areas.
Very.
So you really only want to go in when the time is absolutely right, because you don't want to blow them out, before things get good.
I agree. Next up, let's jump in the tree with Dean as he gets out there on opening day in Wisconsin.
All right, everybody, it's been a busy summer here at the Kruegers, and I've been busy with the kids with their baseball and softball, so I haven't had an opportunity to do much videoing. If anything, I've been working on my picture taking with the camera on the baseball fields and taking pictures of the kids having a ball. So it is opening day here in Wisconsin for 2015 bow season, and I'm about ready to get out and get a little tree stand therapy. So going to start the truck up here and head down the road. I only have about 10-15 minute drive. I got the privilege to hunt friend's property again this year, so we're probably just going to sit like an observation stand on the edge of an alfalfa field, and hopefully we see some deer, and that'll be a plus. But it'll feel good to get back in the tree. We'll see you there.
Okay, made it to the tree, and as you can see behind me here, I'm hunting off a big alfalfa field, and it's got standing corn wrapped almost all the way around it. This is the tree that I spotted that big buck that I shot 2 years ago, early season, that big 9, when I watched him 3 nights in a row. And this is the tree that I was in the second night, and then I ended up shooting him about 200 yards up along the edge. So it's a great spot. You can see a long ways. The deer can come out here. It's not like it can't happen right here, but it's a good observation stand right now. The wind is good for me. It's coming right here in my face, and we'll see what happens tonight. I have a licking branch probably 60, 70 yards along the edge here to the north of me, and I've been spraying that down with Tink's Power Scrape, and there's been some bucks frequenting this corner here. One big 10 and another buck that he's a freak. He's got 10 or 11 points. We've seen him last year, got pictures of him last year, actually on that same scrape. Maybe we're gonna see one of them bucks. If not, we should see some deer in this field because we can see quite a bit. So stick with me, and with any luck, we can maybe put something down on opening night here in Wisconsin. Let's do it. All right, it's day 2 on opening weekend here in Wisconsin, and I'm sitting at a little bit of a pinch point right here. There's alfalfa in front of me, and there's a standing corn to my right here. And I'm not sitting here so much because of the alfalfa, but it's kind of a pinch point. There's soybeans, alfalfa, and standing corn to the northwest of me here. I've got a westerly wind coming off my left shoulder coming across here. So the plan this morning is hopefully catching deer coming from the northwest, cutting through, and then they go to bed down in the big marsh, which is probably, 700-800 yards from here. Or come out of the standing corn right here. So it's a beautiful, cool morning. Sunrise is coming up here pretty quick, and let's see what happens. With any luck, maybe we're gonna have some deer come by. All right, it's the evening of day 2 here in Wisconsin, and right now I'm in a spot that I'm right in the sun, as you can see here, so it's going to be a tough one. I'm looking west, so it's going to be a tough one until right before dark, but we'll see what happens. I know there's a 7-pointer that I believe lives right in this slough here. He's like a 2.5, 3.5-year-old, something like that. Rack-wise, he's not real big, maybe 15 inches wide, but that's one of the bucks on my daughter's hit list, so I'm trying to keep tabs on him and see what he's doing. I know he's coming out to eat at this alfalfa field to the north here, so maybe we can just get him on video tonight and take it home to show her. So that's it. Just gonna sit back and with any luck, looking for a big doe, and if a big buck comes by, well, that's just a bonus. That ends it for opening weekend here in Wisconsin. So another good night, cooled down real good, and I guess it was kind of mission accomplished. You know, I came in here, and if a big doe gave me an opportunity, I was going to take it, but that doe came right by here, 10 yards, and that fawn was tiny. You can see the spots on it yet, so I elected to give her a pass. I don't have to kill something to consider a hunt be successful, so I guess I look at it as it was successful because came in here and got the opportunity, so we'll let that one live for a while. Anyway, that's it, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's getting dark, and we'll keep trying when I get a chance to get out again.
If you guys are anything like me, you looked at Dean early season, remember that alpha field, and you were crossing your fingers and hoping for similar results to what he had 2 years ago. But you know, as he shows you, it doesn't always work out as planned. You know, he still was able to get out in the field, see some deer, have some good hunts, knock the dust off, knock the rust off for the year, and he is ready to go come rut.
Yeah, and one of the benefits too of watching our show, if you're just getting tuned into us, is, you know, the beauty is you can go back and watch Dean's hunt when he harvests that big buck, because you can watch all the past episodes whenever you want. So that's a good thing to keep in mind for sure.
Definitely one of the fan favorite hunts and one of my personal favorite hunts we've ever aired on the show. So Todd, I guess the last segment we've got for this episode is going to be me talking to you guys a little bit about just tree stand gear and some of the tools that Todd and I like to keep in our trucks to stay mobile during the season and moving on some of these animals. So let's take a look at that now. All right, guys, well, it's the middle of October, and for those of you who have been out in the woods, you're really starting to see the buck sign start to ramp up. You've seen a lot of rubs, a lot of scrapes really starting to pop up, and you know, for as much work as we do during the spring and the summer months, scouting these deer and hanging our tree stands, it never seems to fail. You always overlook an area where all of a sudden you're walking in one day or you're walking out and you see a bunch of sign and you're like, geez, I need to get a stand over there. You know, one thing Todd and I have talked about a lot over the years is the ability to be mobile. And to move in on these animals and get close to them, because that's what we need to do as bow hunters to be successful. So what I want to talk to you about today is some of the tools that Todd and I use when we're out in the field to be mobile, to be able to move in and capitalize on these opportunities. So when I look at, you know, going in and hanging a new set, whether I'm going to hunt it that day, the next day, or a week later, I kind of look at 3 different families of gear. I look at the tree stand and the climbing sticks itself. I look at my safety gear that I need to be safe while I'm hanging these stands, and then I look at the gear that I need to use to trim the shooting lanes while I'm in there. Those are the 3 big things that I look at. So for those of you who have been watching the show for a number of years, you know that we're using Lone Wolf tree stands and climbing sticks. In my opinion, there is no better system for being portable than a good set of climbing sticks from Lone Wolf and a hang-on tree stand. I know a lot of guys that like to use climbers, and those are great. A lot of the areas that I hunt just don't have a lot of straight limbless trees that work for climbers, so I opt for the climbing sticks, and the tree stand. So we got the Lone Wolf stand and sticks. We got a set of 4 sticks here. It's going to get you about 20 feet, give or take, depending on how far apart you space those sticks. So stand and sticks, pretty straightforward, very quiet, very lightweight, very versatile. The next big thing we want to talk about, of course, is tree stand safety. For me personally, I have 2 safety harnesses. One that I wear for hunting that I keep totally scent free, and then I have another one that I use when I'm hanging tree stands during the summer months when I'm hot and sweating, that I really don't care if it gets a little funky and a little nasty. So this is actually my harness, my hunter safety system that I use for hanging tree stands. The most important thing besides the harness itself is your lineman's belt. Guys, you have to wear a lineman's belt when you're hanging a stand. Not only is it going to keep you safe, but it's a lot easier when you have both of your hands free. This belt is going to go around the tree. It's going to attach to these loops right here on your waistband. It's going to allow you to lean back like this and have your stands to be able to put your straps on the tree, hoist your stand up, and do all that type of stuff. So definitely want to be safe. So when I get to my tree stand and or my tree that I want to hang my stand in, first thing I'm going to do is unpack everything. I have some of this stuff unpacked already for purposes of this video, but one thing I wanted to show you guys is this quick strap. Lone Wolf makes these. It's actually just a little rubber strap. It's adjustable. I use these straps a lot to strap things onto my stand and onto my sticks. In this particular use, I'm using it to strap my Wicked pole saw onto my climbing stick. So we'll get to this pole saw in a second. I'll show you that. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get there is I'm going to hang my sticks up. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hoist my stand up in there and I'm going to hang my stand. What I do for that is I actually have a backpack that I keep in my truck that has all this gear in it that I use solely for hanging tree stands. Hunter Safety System came out with this cool retractable reel this year, and what I've been doing with it is I've got it strapped onto my pack, and I'll actually just pull it out and I'll attach it onto my stand. As I climb my tree now with this on my back, what it's going to do is it's going to actually pull this out as I climb. So now when I get all the way up the tree, all I have to do is I've got my hands free because I'm with my lineman's belt. I take my pack off, I grab this, I hoist it up in the tree, and then now I can strap my stand in. Once I've actually got my stand in place, keep in mind I'm still connected to the tree via my lineman's belt. I get in the tree stand itself. Next thing I'm going to do is put my lifeline up. For those of you guys who don't know about these, it's a very, very simple product that can absolutely save your life. It's a 30-foot long rope. It's got a loop on one end. So what you're going to do is go around the tree with this. You're going to unwind this and drop it down. Now you've got a line that extends from above your head all the way to the base of your tree. And what it's got on it is a prusik knot with a carabiner that slides up and down the rope, just like that. As you climb up and down, you push that prusik knot ahead of you. What it's going to do is if you fall while you're getting in or out of your tree stand, it's going to save your life. You know, statistics show us that the vast majority of tree stand falls happen getting in or out of your stand, not once you're already in it. So the most important time to be connected is getting in or out. The only way to do that is with a lifeline. 2 features are new on the lifeline for this gear if you guys haven't seen them. We've got the cowbell feature here, which is basically a rubber grommet that covers over your carabiner. Allows you to stay silent when you're climbing so this metal isn't banging into your stand. And then this rope material they're using is actually reflective now. What it's done is allowed me to stop using bright eyes into my stands, and I just rely on actually shining a light to be able to find this rope, which lights up like a Christmas tree when you hit it with a flashlight. The nice thing about that is I move my stands a lot, and I tell you what, over the years I've accumulated a lot of tacks and a lot of trees out there, and it helps eliminate the confusion of which tack line I'm following on my way in or my way out, and it also keeps me safe. Now the last part that I want to talk to you guys about is just trimming your sets out. 2 tools that I use for that, both by Wicked Tree Gear. First we've got just their standard handsaw. If you guys haven't seen this, it's a cast aluminum frame. It's got a full lifetime warranty, ultra sharp blade. When it comes to an actual handsaw, this is probably the best one that money can buy. I keep this with me at all times, strapped right onto my pack. I've actually got it zip tied on there so it can't fall off. The other thing we're going to talk about real quick is the ultralight pole saw. Now if you guys don't have a handsaw, what you can do is you can buy this pole saw. It extends out to 14 feet, this particular version. It's got a nice big sharp blade for trimming those branches that are far out there, but the coolest part about this is you actually slide this lever down, pop this off, and now you've got a handsaw. So this really, you've got a pole saw and a handsaw in one. It's a very economical saw, and it really comes in handy. I mean, you can keep this thing in your truck. I mean, it's pretty short, it's very lightweight. Get out there and hang some stands. So that's it, guys. This is all the tools that I use when I'm going out to hang a tree stand. I just hung a new set this last weekend, or I should say moved a set that I didn't think was in a very good spot based on some sign that I had found. So hopefully we'll be able to capitalize on it this fall. So if you guys are out there, you're seeing sign, you want to get moved, these are the tools you're going to need. Just remember to be safe out there, get moved in on those deer, and let's kill them. So let's get back to the show now.
I know now why when I text Justin, hey, I got some additional good footage for you, why I couldn't make this episode after seeing that one, Justin. But you didn't tell me about that when you're like, oh, Brandon won't have time to get it in there this show. Real nice. But listen, that was a great piece, Justin. And I mean, a lot of times people are asking us, what gear do we use? And, I think it was great to show people, exactly what we use. And I think you did a great job with that, Justin. A couple things. I mean, literally this year with the hunts that I've had and some of the deer that I've been successful with, I mean, I literally have set up probably 4 stands early season this year already because you just got to move where the deer are moving, period.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys, it's bow hunting, right? We got to get close.
Move.
If you're in a stand and you're seeing deer constantly 80 yards or 100 yards away,
right,
just move in on them. Don't wait for them to come closer to you. You got to get closer to them. So those are the tools that you guys are going to need to do that. And then, of course, right now we want to take a couple seconds just to thank the people who sent in their photos for this week's episode.
Justin Fisher.
Pete Krusnicki.
Lance Dreyer.
Chuck Kimmel.
Sam West.
And Chase Stugelmeyer.
Sam West, I love those last names. I can handle those. We need more simple last names, otherwise Justin
for Todd,
keeps
because he can't read
Oh, no. Thanks.
very well. That's why I end up with Chase Stugelmeyer. So congratulations to Chase. I hope I didn't butcher your name too bad. Guys, just remember, it's the busy season. It's hunting season right now. Things are starting to ramp up. We're getting hundreds of photo submissions each week. We try to do our best to pick some of the better photos and some of the more diverse ones. So if you didn't see your photo in this week's episode, don't give up hope yet. Keep sending them in. You never know. Maybe we'll pick you for one of the upcoming shows.
Well, and with that being said, grab your bow, guys. Hit the woods. I mean, we are getting into the best time of the year to be out in the woods. I mean, the fall colors are starting to show, and
This is it. This is what we all live for. So get out there, guys. And just one last reminder before we leave, the pumpkin carving contest. We've gotten several submissions sent to us already. They are looking really good. So guys, if you're out there, carve your bowhunting.com and your bowhunter die pumpkins. Email those photos to info@bowhunting.com. We'll be announcing the winner right before Halloween. So
winners, first, second, and third.
Winners,
all
plural.
good prizes.
So get out there, carve your pumpkins, go bow hunting, stay safe. We'll see you guys next week.
For more exciting action, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and receive live updates from our team members as well as the latest happenings in the bow hunting and archery world. Be sure to share your photos, stories, and experiences as well. And don't forget to pick up your official bowhunting.com and bowhunter die gear by visiting bowhunting.com/gear. We have a full selection of hats, shirts, decals, wristbands, and much more.
Shazam! If a doe comes by, we might take a shot at one. Now cancel that interview. That's terrible.
I'm Todd Graf, and as always, I'm Todd Graf. Justin, we have got a killer weekend. Other than the fact that we're going to be hunting near each other,